Children, today we will study poem number 7, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. This poem has been composed by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was a powerful feminist writer of Afro-American ethnicity. Maya Angelou belongs to the African American community and she used to live in America, and there she faced many problems just because being black. There were so many restrictions for African people that time. Americans people, they were free to do anything, they were having all rights, but African people, they were just not given many rights to live there. This poem is just a kind of a, you can say this is a metaphor for Maya Angelou herself. Metaphor is a kind of a figure of speech that is used in place of anything. That's why I know why the caged bird sings. Caged birds are compared to Maya Angelou. She says that she belongs to the caged bird. There is a contrast between the caged bird and the free bird. Free birds are here referred to American people and the caged birds are referred to African people. And this poem is supposed to be just inspired by the one poem of Paul Laurence. Paul Laurence had written a one poem that is called Sympathy. This poem has been written by the inspiration of this poem. So let's start this poem. I know why the caged bird sings. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. A free bird is here compared to American people, those who are free. So they can just move anywhere, they can jump anywhere, they can fly high in the wind, they can just float into the wind and they can just come back on the earth also. That means they have all rights in the America till the current ends, till the current of the winds comes back to earth. The free birds, they come back to the earth in the orange sun rays. Orange sun rays means here compares to the sun and the sky sun, where the orange where just because of the rays of the sun, sky becomes orange. So they can just freely move into the orange sky and dares to claim the sky, and they are just claiming that they belong to the sky. The whole sky is there. There is a hyperbole figure of speech has been used where the exaggerations is used. So hyperbole is a kind of a figure of speech where the things are just said to be in a very high way or in a low way. So no one can claim the sky. That's why the hyperbole is used here. She is saying that Americans, they say they are claiming to the sky, means they are free to jump into the sky. But a bird that stalks down to his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. But a bird that stalks means walks inside the small cage, narrow cage, can seldom see through, can seldom see outside of the cage because they have so many restrictions. They are just barred behind the cage. His wings are clipped, just like they are not given any rights, just like the birds, those wings are clipped and feet are tied, so they cannot just fly, they cannot move. The same way they are just only walking inside the cage, they are not given any right, they cannot just do anything without the permission of Americans. So he opens his throat to sing. They cannot do anything, just like the birds inside the cage, they cannot do anything except they sing. So the African people, they only raise their voice by writing the poetry and by writing articles. They can just say their sufferings of the life. Third stanza, the caged bird sings with fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for is still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. The caged birds with fearful trill, with fearful voice and sound, they are just singing, and their voice is just going to the unknown places, far hill places, and his tune is heard from all over the world on the distant hill, on the distance hill, from far away hills. Their voice can be heard. If a poet writes something, it can be just spread, the message of the poetry can be spread throughout the world. For the caged bird sings of freedom. Still they are just singing for their freedom, they are asking for their freedom. Fourth stanza. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. Now she says about the free bird. American people, they think they have the freedom, still they just think some other freedom and some other advantages in the country. And the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and trade winds, that is just the fastest winds, they are sighing trees. They are just compared with the sighing trees making a sound, trees they make sound, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn means morning. The fat worms are just compared with the extra advantages of the American. Just like a free bird, they sit above the branches of the trees, and at the morning time, at the dawn time, many insects are there on earth, and the free bird, they can just eat those worms. The same way American, they can have many rights, and the African people, those who are living in America, they are not getting these kind of advantages. And he names the sky his own, and the free bird, he names the sky his own. That is why the free bird says just like the whole sky is theirs. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts and nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. And a comparison to the caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. They are just asking for only for basic rights. They are asking, they are on the verge of their death, like grave. They can have the dreams of only grave and death. His shadow shouts and nightmare scream. Their shadow, their inner souls are also shouting for the freedom, but they can see only nightmare scream. They can just shout in their nightmare. Nightmare is the bad dream. They can just see the bad dreams about their death only. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. Just because the caged bird's wings are clipped and their feet are tied inside the cage, the same way Africans are not getting any kind of advantage. No freedom is for them. So he opens his throat to sing. Only they can just sing from inside the cage. The same way poets and other people of the African community, they can raise their voice by telling and by writing. Last stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for is still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. The last stanza repeats the third stanza, repetition of the third stanza. The caged bird sings. Again the caged bird sings with fearful voice of things unknown, but longed for is still. But they wish for the freedom only, and his tune is heard, but their voice can be heard from the distance hill, from the faraway places also. For the caged bird sings of freedom, because the caged bird are just singing, they asking for their freedom. This poem has no proper rhyme scheme, and here the Maya Angelou, she has just used these lines. She has written this poem Caged Bird for her whatever she feels, for her suffering. She has just written this poem.